Hey, this is Archie, and in this video I'm going to explain why you are turning off winning ads and how you actually can fix that. Now before I dive into that, let me share with you a quick story. So I was having this coaching call with one of my clients, and we noticed that on Shopify we were getting a ton of sales. With a Facebook ad manager we were around 1x return on ad spend. So that didn't match the results that we were getting on Shopify. And they asked me, well Archie, for how long should I run an ad when I don't know whether it's getting results or not? And that's a really good question because, as you know, after the iOS 14 update, everyone is struggling with attribution. Now you can't only assess the results based on what you have in your ad account. You should use other tools and also need to be more patient in order to see how the results are coming in. You cannot assess only the results based on what you have in your ad account, and you have to use some other tools and also need to be more patient because frankly, if you're using only Ad Manager to assess whether your ads are performing or not, you might lose a lot of money. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can track more accurately the results of your Facebook ads. And also on top of that, you'll understand if an ad has some potential in getting some results. So the first thing, from now on, I want to use what is called UTM parameters. So what is a UTM parameter? Basically, to simplify, you are tagging your campaigns, your ads, and when you are sending that information to your website. If you're using Shopify, you can literally see where the purchase is coming from if you're using UTM parameters. In order to make sure that they're properly set up, we need to make sure that we're adding those tags on the ad level. You have to go to business.facebook.com/ads manager, and here we need to scroll all the way down, and right here it says URL parameters optional. So we gotta build a URL parameter. We have to click here, and afterwards here we have a few sections that we need to fill. The first thing is campaign source. What is a campaign source? It's basically the platform that we're using. In this case is Facebook ads. What I recommend is to fill this dynamically. So for that we just have to type site, and for that we just need to type this thing, site source name, and this line is gonna fill dynamically in your conversion summary. Then we have campaign medium. For the campaign medium, I would like to use ad set name, so I'm gonna use everything in a dynamic form. Then for the campaign name, we're gonna use campaign name. And the last thing is campaign content. And for this, we can use ad name. And afterwards, we simply click on apply button. So we just tagged our campaigns, our ad sets, and our ads. Now you can literally see in the backend of your website where that order is coming from. So let me show you how you can do that. If you're on Shopify, that is very easy. So what we have to do here in the order section, we have to click on one of our orders, right? And then we have to scroll down until we find the section that says conversion summary. Afterwards, we have to click here, view conversion details. And then we can see the activity behind that order, where that person came from. To see more details, we have to click here, view full sessions, and then we can see where that person came from. So for this particular order, it came from one of our retargeting campaigns. We can see the campaign name, the source, which is Instagram, the medium, which we set the ad set level name, right? And content, which is the ad name, which is this one. This actually is tracking way better than what Facebook tells us. Now you need to keep in mind that even UTM parameters can track unaccurately, but the ratio of tracking accurately and unaccurately is around 90 to 10%. So it's a little bit better. These are the conditions that we have now, and we need to adapt according to the circumstances, right? We can't say that, oh, the attribution is very bad and I just need to stop running ads. Now, if you're still getting good results in your Shopify, then make sure that from now on you're using UTM parameters and you are tracking every single order. Probably you will need to use an Excel sheet or some other tools to track where the purchase is coming from. And I know that it sounds that you need to do more work, but this is the circumstances and we need to adapt, and this is how you can win. Now the question is, for how long should you run an ad for? Many people will say, well, for how long it looks profitable in your ad manager. But is that true? Comment below and let me know your thoughts. We have to keep in mind that now we have a delayed attribution, and it might take up to 3 days and sometimes even 5 days until your purchases are coming in your ad manager. So let me tell you a few secrets on how you can see whether an ad can generate a good return or not before the results are attributed in your ad manager. Because if the only answer is to wait 3 to 5 days until the results are coming in, well, you don't know whether that actually ad is gonna generate sales or not, so you might lose a lot of money in the meantime. Now, before I dive into the secrets, what you need to know is what is your cost per acquisition, how much you need to invest in order to get one customer, and how much is your cost per add to cart. So what you have to do is to run an ad for around 3 to 7 days depending on how much is your product. If one ad spent more than 3 times of your cost per add to cart and you didn't get any sales from that particular ad, don't overthink, just cut it. Now, after getting over 1000 impressions, Facebook rates your ads, your targeting, engagement, and also your conversion rate. And we can see how good are your ads from the Facebook point of view. So we have 3 columns that are called quality rate ranking, engagement rate ranking, and conversion rate ranking. What you need to make sure that all of them are above average. If after a couple days you see that Facebook rated all those things as above average and you spend your AOV, then you can run those ads for an additional 3 to 5 days. That might start performing, but it needs more time. And the third secret is actually how much you spend on every single ad. In order to test properly and to know whether a creative is working very well, notice I said a creative, not an ad set or a campaign, you need to spend at least your average order value. So to keep it simple, let's say that your AOV is $100. In order to know whether the creative is performing or not, make sure that you are spending at least $100 for that particular creative. Usually I notice a mistake that people don't run a creative long enough. If you didn't spend at least your AOV for one creative, you'll never know if that is performing or not. Maybe that image or video actually has a lot of potential and can generate you a very good return on spend. But because you didn't give it enough time, you will never know if it's a winning head creative or not. If you enjoyed this video and you found it valuable, then make sure that you click on that subscribe button and on the notification bell to get notified every single time when I'm releasing a new video. And hey, thank you very much for watching my video, and I will see you in my next one.